Howdy and welcome back. I'm Oliver the Shoe Man, and today we're going to be, once I close this glue, customizing a pair of Thursday boots. These are the black matte captains, and we're going to be completely redoing the soles. I know they're brand new, but he just wants to change them around a little bit. Once we take all the soles, everything off, we're going to be doing a leather midsole. We're going to be doing a red rubber midsole on top of that, stitching it all together with, I believe, a red thread on the top. Right now it's black, so it'll be red once you get done. Then once we get done with that, we're going to do a Vibram 100 lug soles, leather heel base with the matching lug heel. So these are going to be completely different boots once we get done with them, and definitely going to be really cool, one of a kind. So let's get started. Let's tear this brand new boot apart. Never been worn. I might be able to reuse the top lifts, the heels, but unfortunately, since the soles have been stitched already, I won't be able to reuse it on another pair of shoes. But these ones, if I clean them up, they'll still be good, so we can reuse those. I'm going to mark this one. This is the left boot. If you've seen my other videos, you'll know that Thursday boot companies glue the crap out of their heel bases, which is a good thing. So it's easier and faster for me if I take the heel base off one layer of leather at a time and just re-glue it and put them back together. Now these layers are coming off fairly easily, but it's just this last one you'll see that is a pain in the butt. Let me clip off these nails. This is what helps hold the heel base to the shoe, because they get nailed in from the footbed, and I'll show you that a little bit later on. Let's see, is this gonna fight me like it did the last one? You see it got glued so well. You see some of the rubber sole is just being ripped up instead of it coming up. All right, and now I'm gonna see if I get this good view for you guys. I'm just gonna grab the midsole and the sole and kind of pull away from the welt and start cutting those stitches that's holding it all together, and just peel it back. Careful not to cut the welt itself, because we don't want to have to replace that. It's still in good shape. We'll take all the thread out before we stitch the new soles on, or the midsoles on. Still got to be careful because it's a brand new shoe. We don't want to rip or break anything. There we go. Get the sole off. Now these nails, cut them off. We're gonna take out this piece in the back. and nail it through. See those? We gotta take those out. So that when you're gonna put new ones, it's not there anymore. There won't be a whole bunch of nails left in the sole. Now, I'm gonna scrape this cork out if I can find my heel prior. When I took the other one, it just started falling apart, as you can see here. So since I replaced it in that one, we're gonna have to replace it in this one as well. Even though it's brand new, that other one just kind of fell apart and fell out. Alrighty. Now begins the fun part, removing all those old threads that held the sole and the midsole on. If you get lucky and you cut them right, they come out like that, like all in one shot for the most part. But we just gotta go around and pick them all out. Means now when we get some new cork glued in, then we can put our leather midsoles on. We got our cork in. Now it's time for our leather midsole to go on. This is going to be a close fit, tight fit, and I just make sure I get it centered perfectly. Because man, I mean, on multiple points, this is like right on the edge. Alrighty, I mean, you can see that's right on the edge. You got the back, same thing, right over here. It's just like super close, right on the edge. So if I didn't get that set properly, it wouldn't have worked. I'd have to take it off and start over again. But after we get this done, I'm gonna trim it with my lip knife. Not my lip knife, I'm sorry, that's not called this knife. Just my hook blade, I call it. All right, and we're gonna sand the bottom and then glue the red midsole on. Just like we did the leather midsole, I'm gonna glue and stick the red rubber midsole. These come in a little bit larger sizes, so I don't have to be so spot on. I have extra room to play with. And now once we trim it, we'll be ready to stitch with some red thread. All right, so we got our midsoles, leather midsoles, and our red rubber midsole on there. Now we're going to be stitching them all together to the welt. We got red on the bottom, we got a cream on the top, but since we're sewing these upside down, the red's gonna end up on top. This cream's gonna be right here. It doesn't matter what color this is because the soles, I don't drop it, the soles are gonna be covered. Alrighty, didn't turn out too bad. Red stitching. Now we're ready for the soles. We got red midsole stitched on, stitched with red thread, looking really cool. It's gonna be definitely really cool from the side. Now we're ready for the soles, which the soles, these are the Vibram 100 soles. It's a heavy lug sole. And these things last forever. So definitely a great, durable rubber sole. Gonna give lots of tread and give it a real tough, rugged look. All right, now we're going to press the edges, put it in our press, and then we'll be ready to do the heels. So here we are. We got our Vibram 100 soles rough trimmed. With that red midsole, we got our leather stacked heel base cleaned up and back on. And now we're gonna put the heels on, which is the last piece to go on. And if you've seen my other videos where we do the cowboy heels, they have holes in there with the washers. It's the same thing with these 100 soles. We're gonna put some nails in those holes to hold the heel to the leather heel base. Okay, so what we're gonna be doing, here we are. We got everything put together. We did a nice final trim, and we put our little screws in there. And that's just because these soles are glued on, and the glue will hold just fine. It's just these soles are too thick to stitch, which is why we only stitch the midsoles. And I personally like to put those screws in just to add that extra protection. Because these thick rubber soles, they can, if you got one little crack in there, it's gonna peel up and it's not gonna be good, and I don't want that happening. So we got those screws in there, the heels nailed, all perfectly good to go. Now we're gonna be doing what's called or what I call a bourbon edge finish, which is kind of like a mixture of brown and black. And obviously I can't get that on the red midsole, so I took some electrical tape. And if you're a cobbler and you wanting to do this, electrical tape works way better when masking off the edges and compared to masking tape, the painter's tape. I'll use a painter's tape to mask off the uppers, but when it comes to trying to follow that line, especially along a curve, the electrical tape really likes to stretch, and you could curve it and get a nice crisp line. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that edge finish. We'll do the final buff, and these will be ready to go. So I don't know if you guys can see in this light. I'll show you better picture of it once I get in some better lighting. But I'm gonna take this electrical tape off that I used to tape off the red midsole, so I didn't get any dyes or anything on there. And it's just so satisfying taking it off. I wanted to show it with you guys, share it with you. If I can take that off. Oh, I see some dye got there on the red. I'll clean that up though. But overall, it's looking really nice, especially with that red stitching. I know the lighting sucks right here, but I'll get some better shots for you guys. I'll clean that up. And then these should be good to go. Alrighty, and we are done with these boots, this customization. Now I know it's hard to tell, hard to kind of see the edge. It just looks black. So I took a little video of them outside. I'll show you guys right here in a second. but these turned out really nice. That bourbon barrel edge finish is what I'm calling it. Kind of a mixture of brown and black. It just went really well with that red midsole and that red stitching. And so, like I said, what we did was just took these completely apart, kept the original welts. We did leather midsole, a red rubber midsole with a Vibram 100 soles, leather stacked heel base with the rubber 100 heel. And the reason we did a leather rubber combo, one, so that the screws on the bottom had something to hold on to, because the screws, like I said, they're mainly just an overkill, but they also help hold the sole on, and they can't really grab onto that rubber very well. And also you get the comfort of a leather midsole, because that leather midsole will actually start to form to your foot. And just a thicker sole it gives your foot more balance and structure as you're walking, so it's more comfortable. That's why we went with the leather rubber combo. But overall, we didn't do anything to the uppers but put a coat of waterproofing spray on there, so you should be good and set to go for a very long time. Definitely a really cool, one-of-a-kind pair of Thursday boots now. If you have any questions, go ahead and feel free to reach out to me. All the information is down below in the description. You can give me a call or a text at my business phone. I'm here 9 to 5:30 Monday through Thursdays and 9 to 3:30 on Fridays. If you call on the weekend, I won't answer because I'll be at home away from work. That's the only times I get days off. But anyway, you can also email me or hit me up on Instagram or Facebook. Everything will be found down below. So thank you guys for watching. I greatly appreciate it. You'll have a good day. God bless y'all.